Welcome to the WCG for quarterfinal 2 of the 2020 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, which sees the Group B winners and last year's semi-finalists, the Six Offenders, taking on the Group A runners-up, the Saggy Greens, who feature in their first ever finals match at an Australia Day T20 Big Bash. Both sides had very different paths to today's quarterfinal, the Six Offenders breezing through Group B with a 100% record to top the group, and the Saggy Greens, despite officially never featuring in a finals match, have come into this quarterfinal with perfect practice, having to account for the Puffing Billies in a do-or-die clash to get here. So as we take a look at two key men who might have a say on the final outcome of this quarterfinal, it's the Six Offender skipper Daniel Hancock, who has been in tremendous form with the bat throughout the tournament so far. He has amassed 54 runs and has yet to be dismissed in this year's competition, and the men in yellow will be looking towards their skipper to inspire them to another semi-finals appearance. For the Saggy Greens, it is the debutant Davey Lupton, who showed exactly what he's capable of, getting his side past the Puffin Billies in that record run chase, which saw his side through to today's quarterfinal and has proved to be a healthy addition to the Saggy Greens lineup. The Saggy Greens have won the toss and they will bowl first. So it will be the Six Offender skipper Daniel Hancock who will get this innings underway. As mentioned prior, has been in fantastic form with the bat. Can he get his side off to the ideal start in this crunch quarterfinal? Quarterfinal 2 ready to get underway. It'll be Dave Lupton bowling over the wicket to Daniel Hancock. As he's in now and it's a full toss and it's hit down the ground, first delivery. So it's a boundary to begin with for the Six Offender skipper. Picking up where he left off in the group stage. No wicket for 4. Perfect start for the Six Offenders as Lupton is in again to Hancock and it's a full delivery outside the off stump, and Hancock treats it with respect and lets it go. So a decent response there from the Saggy Greens all-rounder as he'll continue over the wicket to Hancock in the opening over. As he's in now and it's a good length delivery and Hancock gets an inside edge and he'll move through for a single. So a good positive start here, this from the young skipper. Has had a fantastic tournament to date and many are saying that if he can maintain this form, he might just be able to take them all the way to their first ever Big Bash title. As Lupton will continue to him now over the wicket. In now and it's a full delivery and it's a good delivery outside the off stump, which beats the outside edge of Hancock. So it's been an impressive response here from Lupton. Lupton in for the final ball of the opening over. As in now, this one's a good length delivery and this one spits up at Hancock as he drops it on the onside and moves through for a single. This one just looked to go through the wicket a bit. Yeah, it has. And the youngster's done well to keep it down. It'll be Matt Thorpe to bowl the second over of the innings. As in now over the wicket to Hancock, who advances. And it's a plain to miss there from the Six Offender skipper. As this one flashes past his off stump. He's well beaten. Thorpe to continue to Hancock in the second over. As he's in now, and this one's a full toss. And Hancock hammers this down the ground for his second boundary of the match. That's a gift served up there from Thorpe. And Hancock says thank you very much. No wicket for 10 as Thorpe is in for the final ball of the over. He's in now and it's a full toss and he gets a leading edge and it looks like it's coming onto the house and it might have stayed on the roof. It has, it's been given 6. Well, there's mass confusion out in the middle. It's a leading edge but it hasn't gone over the house. It stayed on the roof. So a stroke of luck there from the Six Offender skipper to end the second over. Has seen his side move through to no wicket for 16 after 2 overs. And it's been a pretty even contest so far, but the Saggy Greens will desperately want to see the back of the Six Offender skipper, who usually picks this time of the innings to put the pedal to the metal. Skipper v skipper as Tom Doyle will bowl the third over of the innings. As in now to Hancock and he begins with an absolute beauty. This one grips and spins and beats the edge of Hancock's bat. Oh, good luck playing that one. Doy to continue to Hancock in the third over. As in now, this one's a good length delivery and Hancock gives himself some room but can't get this one away. So it's 2 priceless dots to begin the over here for the Saggy Greens, who have actually been pretty good with the pill here so far in quarterfinal 2. As Doy will continue to Hancock and he's dropped this one short and he gets his away on the onside. So the commentator's curse strikes. It's an awful delivery from Tom Doy. Hancock gets his away for a much needed boundary. 20 without loss. Doy to continue to Hancock in the third over. As in now, this one's a full delivery towards the leg side, and Hancock gets this away but only hits the fence and will move through for a single. So he's leading from the front yet again here, the youngster. He's moved through to 21 not out and is putting his side in a fantastic position to launch in this final over, as Doy is in for his final delivery. In now, and he serves up a full toss, and Hancock gets this away on the onside for another boundary. 25 without loss for six offenders with an over to go. So it'll be Dave Lupton to bowl the final over of the innings. As in now over the wicket to Hancock, and Hancock advances and gets this away through mid-wicket for another boundary. The youngster coming of age in this tournament. No wicket for 29. Lupton to continue to Hancock in the final over. As in now, and Hancock advances once again, but this one's a wild swing and it beats him outside the off stump for a priceless dot. So a crucial final few deliveries here for both sides. As Lupton is in again to Hancock, and it's a full delivery, and this time Hancock's hit it out of the WCG. So he's dismissed for the first time in the tournament as he goes for 29. So it'll be Brett Hancock to make his way to the crease for the six offenders for the final delivery of the innings. Can he get this one away to the boundary to lift his side above the 30 mark? So the final delivery of the innings, it'll be Lupton to bowl to Hancock. In now, and it's a full delivery, and Hancock gets a leading edge, and it's a simple catch to Tom Doy to end the innings. The Saggy Greens restrict the six offenders to below 30, and they've got to be happy with that. So in a brilliant innings of cat and mouse cricket, the six offenders finished 2 for 29 after their 20 deliveries. Thanks again to their skipper Daniel Hancock, who made all of those 29 runs. They're probably a little short of where they would have wanted to be, but they've got the runs on the board nevertheless. Can the Saggy Greens produce another chase to move through to their first ever semi-final? So it will be Dave Lupton who will get this run chase underway for the Saggy Greens. Hammered 32 off 13 deliveries to see his side home against the Puffin Billies. Can he get his side off to the start they'll need? So it's 30 to get for the men in green. It'll be Nathan Hancock to bowl the first over of the innings. As in now, he starts with a wild delivery down the leg side, and that'll be called a wide. So the Saggy Greens are away for this run chase. A definite loosener there from the youngster, who will hope he's got that out of his system as he continues to Lupton in the opening over, and this one's a better delivery which cuts Lupton in half. It might have been a bit full to pull. No, it just stayed a bit low. Hancock to continue to Lupton in the opening over. As in now, this one's another shorter delivery, and he pulls again, but this time he gets it away to the boundary. So Lupton off and racing in this run chase. No wicket for 5. Hancock to continue to Lupton in the opening over. As in now, this one's another back of a leg delivery, and he's got an edge. They've got Lupton the big wicket, and that's a massive moment in this quarter final. Lupton goes for 4. The Saggy Greens 1 for 5. So it's the skipper Tom Doy who makes his way to the crease for the Saggy Greens. Has found himself having to get his side out of a hole on many occasions. Can he do it once again on his side's most important stage? So it'll be Nathan Hancock, who's got one delivery left in the over to bowl to Tom Doy for his first delivery. As in now, it's a short delivery, and Doy has a swat at it and bats it back down the ground to get off the mark with a boundary. It loops over Hancock's head to end the over. 1 for 9 after 1. Skipper v skipper for the second over of the innings. As in now, he begins with a short delivery, and Doy gets a bottom edge onto his body and will move through for a single. So a decent start to his innings here from the skipper. The Saggy Greens 1 for 10 in the second over. 20 to get of 14 deliveries to see his side through to their first ever semi-final. And with Doy's reputation, the six offenders will want to see the back of him pretty soon. So it'll be the skipper Hancock to continue in the second over. As in now, it's a full delivery, and it's gone over the fence. And there's quite an interested appeal here from the six offenders. But I think this has just come, off his boot. So Hancock in for the final ball of the second over. As in now, it's a full toss, and Tom Doy can only get a bottom edge through to the keeper. And that ends a brilliant over from the skipper. So the Saggy Greens 1 for 10 after 2 overs, requiring 20 off 10 deliveries if they're going to get home in this quarter final. A brilliant over from the skipper Daniel Hancock has pegged the Saggy Greens back and has put his side into a very strong position. And the Saggy Greens are going to have to start finding the boundary pretty regularly here. So it'll be Brett Hancock to bowl the third over of the innings. As in now, round the wicket to Doy, and it's a full toss, and he's hit it over the fence. Or is it? It's come back. It's come back and it's been dropped by Nathan Hancock. So that'll be 6 to the Saggy Greens. So now it's their turn for a bit of luck. It's a ball that goes over the fence, hits the roof, and comes back into the field of play, and Hancock can't catch it. High drama at the WCG as Hancock will continue again to Doy, and he's floated this one up and he's hit it towards Hancock, who can't complete the catch, and furthermore it's gone over the rope for 6. The 6 defenders have put 2 opportunities down to remove Doy in as many deliveries, and the Greens are back in it. 8 needed off as many deliveries as Hancock will continue again to Doy, and this one's a short delivery. Doy lifts it over Nathan Hancock, who rushed in from his position. Just 2 to get now for the Saggy Greens. Have the 6 offenders thrown this away? Hancock in for the final ball of the over, as this one's a full delivery, and Doy rocks back and hits it on the onside, but it's caught this time from Hancock. So another twist in this quarterfinal. The 6 offenders are still alive, as Doy has to go for a well-made 23. So there's still 2 to get here for the Saggy Greens, as it's Matt Thorpe who walks to the crease, the last man in. One way or another, this is going to be an exciting final over. Can he be the hero for the Saggy Greens? So it's going to be Nathan Hancock to bowl the final over of the match, as he's in now over the wicket to Thorpe, and it's a good length delivery, but he's been given a no ball. He's overstepped the mark. Can you believe it? Scores are now level. Yeah, it's a clear no ball. He's been guilty of it all tournament. So just 1 to get now for the Saggy Greens. Can the 6 offenders force a super over? As Hancock is into Thorpe and he attempts the pause. He's fallen on the ground, and has Hancock run him out? Have they forced a super over? The umpire is saying no. The umpire is saying he's in. Crazy scenes here at the WCG. It's a good bit of thinking from Hancock. Oh, he might just be back, you know. Gee, that's tight. A dramatic ending here to quarterfinal 2. 1 to get off 2 deliveries, as Hancock is into Thorpe, and it's a short delivery, and he's got this away. They've done it. The Saggy Greens are through to the semi-finals. Matt Thorpe, the drunkest man at the WCG, has got the Saggy Greens home, and the 6 offenders can only ruin his chances. A tragic end to a promising campaign. So in one of the greatest ever matches we've seen at an Australia Day T20 Big Bash, the Saggy Greens have snuck home by 1 wicket to qualify for their first ever Australia Day T20 Big Bash semi-final. Tom Doy to the rescue again for the Saggy Greens, making 23 as they produce a second successful run chase on the bounce. It's a case of what could have been for the 6 offenders who crash out at the quarterfinal stage. So the Saggy Greens through to their first ever semi-final appearance, and they await the winner of a blockbuster third quarterfinal. The 2-time champions, how's that? Taking on Henry Perinara's tournament debutantes, the Nif Nuffs, coming up.